Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I am coming on a little later than what I wanted to. We actually got some of the hurricane here in West Virginia, and it was kind of bad. Not as bad as most, but we didn't have electricity for quite a few days and stuff, so things are finally getting back to normal, so I thought I better film a video. So I want to start by finishing up the ABCingo letters. And when I showed it to you last, I was on P for Pokemon. So I wanted to show you the Pokemon Gen 1 by Lord Libidin. So this is what it's going to look like. It's not the greatest picture, but it's one that I could find. So I'm up here in this part right here. So I worked on this 2 more days since the last time you guys saw it. And I'm in my bedroom. I'm on my bed again. So we're going to try this setup and see how it works. Yeah, well, I'll just keep trying things. But anyway, this is where I am. As you can see, I worked. Oh, don't mind all of the threads. Oops. All right, there we go. So as you can tell, I worked in here. I think his name is Aerodactyl. I got him pretty much done. I worked on Kabutops, and then this one, which I can't remember, some more in him. I've got Eevee. I think Eevee's actually pretty much done. Vaporeon. So I kind of worked in this section because I think I'm going to work over this way, try to get these all filled in, and then work my way down. And let's see. So I'm going to work with these cards. This is how I'm keeping track of my whips. I'm putting them all on index cards. We're going to try that and see. So it's I started this on 12/22/21. This is 18 count. It's artiste. I don't know. I said it so many different ways. Last video, I kept saying artisty for some reason, which is not how you pronounce that. But it says Zweigart fabric and ivory, and I'm using all the call for DMC. So with the artiste fabric, or artiste, whatever, however you pronounce it, I'm going to, I think I'm just going to say the fabric you be able to get it at Hobby Lobby. Because, yeah, I don't want to say it wrong 1,000 times. But like I said, I did work on it a couple times. I got a good 1,000+ stitches on it. So, I'm not sure if this is going to be coming out anymore this year. And I'll tell you why here in a little bit. But I'm going to concentrate, I think, in 2025. Because I want it done, but I mean, it's going to be a big piece. As you can see, the fabric just keeps going. So like this is in half. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of, let's try. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So that's Pokemon by, Lord Libidin, and it's a free pattern. If you look up Pokemon, if you don't want to look up Lord Libidin, just look up Pokemon Gen 1 free cross stitch and it'll come up. Okay, so my next one is Aurora Cabin, and it is a dimensions piece. So I actually have this. I've seen several people stitching on this one, and one of them, she was doing it, and I was like, oh, I need to pull that out. And so this one was the A for Aurora Cabin, from ABCingo. So that's what it looks like. And then I got quite a bit done If you used to watch my videos, I think I had this out one time, but I got quite a bit done. I just had kind of like just the upper part up here. So I got all of this done and then all of this down here done. So, but Dimensions is just, it's kind of intimidating a little bit because of all the use this many strands for half, use this many strands for full, use that, you have to pay attention if you want to get that dimension. But I don't know if you can tell, but maybe you can't tell. There is different stitches, different, not stitches, but different amounts of floss in the chimney here. And in person, you can really see, and some of it really pops out, so it looks like the bricks are out. If you hear voices, that we have a neighbor that just came by, so yeah. So anyway, this is Aurora Cabin. Let me know if you guys are working on this, if you guys want to kind of work on it and support each other, because this is one that and this is kit fabric, kit floss. It's a 16 count gray Ada. To me it looks more blue, but they call it gray Ada on the packaging. So but yeah, so that's Aurora Cabin. Okay, now this is 3 different letters. It wasn't necessarily the order. The next one that came up was Z, but I also stitched this for the F and the R. And this is the reason that not a lot of other stuff is getting done going forward. I mean, I am going to stitch on other stuff, but I'm stitching the Heaven and Earth Sal. Sorry for the crinkles. The Heaven and Earth Sal. I picked the Forest Fairy. I am trying to get it finished before the end of the year, because you need to have it finished. And then you get some free charts and stuff. So I want it done. And I love the way this one's looking. And this is by Cirio Marchetti. I don't know. I've heard him pronounced very different, but it's such a beautiful piece. And as you'll see, I still have a lot to do. Okay, so this is him. This is him. This is my little guy. I've been working on the bird a lot. Once again, sorry for all the threads, because this is the way I stitch. I stitch cross country wherever I feel like stitching, and then especially on my full coverage, I will leave tails. I'll count to that, and then so obviously, like say for example, this string, there's probably the next thing is probably over here somewhere, the next stitch. And so I don't want to count that far because I don't want to mess up, because I already messed up in here. Not for counting, but when I switched, because they send you each pattern in Pattern Keeper, and I haven't done that where you have to save and import and stuff. And I got some stitches lost in here between the patterns. And so I had stitches done that I hadn't marked, and then I got off, and so I just filled it in. You can't really tell because it's a fox, and it's basically the same color. So yeah. So I kind of messed it up. I did start this one on, oh, you know what? Aurora Cabin I started on January 9th of 22. So that one's been going for a little while. This one I started January 1st of this year, and hopefully it'll be done. This will be my first Haid being done too. I thought the next one coming up, I thought it was going to be my first one, but I really need to get this one finished. And this I'm stitching on 18 count KCS. And that's an Amazon brand fabric. And it's really, the Ada is really nice. It's a little crunchy, but it's not that bad. And it looks real nice, and I like it because it has different colors. And what I'm trying to do now, instead of using the ivory that you really can't get at big pieces at Hobby Lobby anymore, I'm trying to kind of look at it and match the background fabric to this, the colors and the stitches. I thought this brown would go nice because there's a lot of reds and oranges and yellows and browns and stuff. So I thought it would look nice. So that way, if my stitches don't quite, you know, fill in the X. And in on 18 count, because I always use 2 strands. Well, I use the loop method, so, but it's still 2 strands. That way, it'll have good coverage. And of course, on a Haid, I always use the called for because, yeah. But as you can see, I've got 1 page finished, almost the 2nd page. I think I just have just this little bit, and then the half page. I think it's 2 pages and the little half, like quarter page or whatever. And then I've started on some of these pages. So, but yeah, I have quite a bit, because it pretty much fills out this piece of fabric. So, I think I'm at, right around 40%, but like none of these stitches are on in the one that I'm just doing. And there's still some stitches in here that I haven't filled in. So I'm probably almost halfway there. Ha ha ha. So I'm trying to stitch between 7 and 1,000 stitches on this every day. I'm trying to get it done for December 1st. So yeah, so for the next little bit, you guys are just gonna see a lot of Mr. Foxy. Because I'm really trying to concentrate on getting him done. But I mean, I'm loving it. Okay, that's that one. Okay, so the next one is the E for evening in the ABCingo. Oops. And for that one, I'm doing Bird Garden because it either looks like a morning or an evening. So I picked evening for this one, and it's by Amy Stewart. It's charted by Haid. It is a mini. Some people ask if minis are worth it. I think most minis are worth it. I would not recommend doing the bookshelves by Amy Stewart in a mini. I do have Treasure Hunt bookshelf, not to show you guys today, but I do have that one. And the detail, I'm not liking the way the detail is coming out on that one. So yeah. But as you can see, let's see if I can get all this in here. Let's try to move this a little bit so we can get that all in frame. Okay, there we go. I'm going to have to hold that. Okay. So as you can see, let's tip that just a little bit. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I've gotten a lot of this done. You can see a lot of the birds. This time I was working on getting these 2 birds done. I do have this bird's done, this bird's done. This one's almost done. I still have a few kind of stitches in here. But this is what I mean. So I would stitch to the bird and then I fill in between the birds. There's a cardinal over here that I really want to get to. As soon as I finish those 2 birds, I'll probably stitch down and start the cardinal and then work on stitches between these 2. This one I started June 2nd of 22. Let's see, I already told you it was Amy Stewart. It's on 18 count, the one you get from Hobby Lobby, Zweigart Ivory, and of course the called for DMC. This one I'm doing for my boyfriend because he really likes birds. And like I said, the mini it looks really, really good. And I'm sorry, I do not iron my projects, so you kind of get them how they are. But the colors on this is quite amazing. Here, let me kind of so you can see some of the birds a little bit more up close. This one's so cute. I like it because he's like either singing or he's like, wanting to eat the flowers and stuff. But yeah, this is Mini Bird Garden. And like I said, I really, really thought this was going to be the first Haid finish, but this is probably going to be the second. Because I'm really going to try to finish that one next year. Okay, the next one is Bee Gnome, because I really got into the whole bee thing, but I was kind of getting into bees right before everybody else. you know, the stores and everything were starting with all the bees and stuff. And then, of course, the gnomes are so cute. This one is from Nini Design Crafts. I got this on Etsy. I started this June 9th of 2023. So this one's not that old. It's also not that big. I was hoping to have this one finished this year, but it's not gonna get there. But I at least got to his little note. Sorry. Got to his little nose, and this bee, it's full coverage. So at first I thought, when I first looked at the pattern, I thought the yellow in here was the fabric, but it's not. It's all full coverage. Let me bring you down a little bit here. Oh, that's better. So yeah, so I got, you know, almost finished with his hat. Got down to starting on his beard a little bit. And yeah, so, oh, and this was the G for ABCingo, for gnome. So yeah, that's my little bee gnome. My gnomey. Okay. Okay, so the next one is Black Vintage Sampler by Owl Forest Embroidery. And if you were here last video, you know that I am changing the colors. Hopefully we'll be able to get it more into view, because I've now gotten to the top, and so you can see how long it's going to be. And this one I just started September 1st. Okay, hold on. Let me set him down here, and let me see if I can play with the camera for a minute and see how much of him we can kind of, get into the, still not going to be able to get all of it, I don't think. That's close. It's probably as close as we're going to get. But as you can see, I showed this part last time. And I worked mostly here up at the top. This fabric is from Dying to Cross Stitch. And I highly recommend their fabric. There we go. You can kind of see where I am. And I was wanting a blue and green fabric because I wanted to go from the sky down to the sea. And it's definitely, it's not really showing the depth of the fabric. And like I said, my lighting is not the greatest right now. Sorry. So as you can see, I got the border done. I started on the top border. This border is different. I did not like, because it's this, and then there's a line, and then there's that underneath. And I couldn't figure out what the heck it was supposed to be. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to make little buds. So that's how I'm going to do it going across. I got the balloon all done. I got the airship all done. I got half the cat. He's sitting on the house, which is not done yet. I got the chandelier all done. But yeah, so there's the house that the cat is going to be sitting on. I didn't work on that. I was trying to get to the top and get this border done. So, but let's see. Let me see. This is 16 count. Dying for cross stitch. It's Boreal, Boreal. The DMC is all my choice because most people do this in black. If you guys are, did I say this is Owl Forest Embroidery? I can't remember. But if you are on the Owl Forest Embroidery Facebook group, I did share this, and some people were asking for my colors. So on those pictures that I shared, I have started posting my colors for what I use. If you guys want it, I will try to figure out the best way. I mean, I guess I could put it in the video if there's some interest in wanting it. I could put it in this video. in the description of where I am right now, and then just keep adding it as I'm doing the different sections. So, and that's a finish I'm hoping for next year. Yes, I'm already planning on what my finishes are going to be next year. Okay, this is another piece for my boyfriend for our kitchen. This is Kitchen Measurements by Stitch Rovia. I have changed the colors because I'm not a green person. And so ours this one is mostly yellow and blue, and then brown and black, of course. But yeah, I've been changing the colors on this one. This one, oh, I didn't write when I started it. Hold on a second. I can look it up. So this is Kitchen Measurements. As you can see, I've changed yellow, and I even changed some of the browns, I think. I added metallic floss especially like for the, you can't really see that that's metallic, but that's metallic floss. And this is going to be in our kitchen. This is 14 count Charles Craft Natural. I am doing this 4/1, just to make it a little thicker. This is not the only project I'm doing 4/1. I have another 14 count project that I'm doing that way. I don't do them all that way. But I thought this one would look good, and I like the way it looks. Okay, so we're going to look up, we're going to look up here, Kitchen Measurements, and see when I started that. Kitchen Measurements. I started it, October 20 of 23. So it's been almost a year then that I've stitched on, or I've done that one. So, this is my planner that I'm using. It's a Happy Planner. It's a mini. I wanted to try the mini. Next year, I'm kind of combining. I had separate planners for separate things. And next year, I decided that I'm going to use a classic planner, which is a little bit bigger than this one. And I'm going to do it for my stitching, my reading, the kids' stuff, just a general thing, and see how I do. I'll write, I call the Forest Fairy Fox because it's just easier, and how many stitches I do. If it's on Pattern Keeper, excuse me, if it's not on Pattern Keeper, sometimes I count, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll write myself little notes of kind of what I want to do. This is what I want to work on this time. I don't know if I will or not. And then for this, I've kind of planned out what I need to get done every week, every day to get the fox finished. And then, okay, so I wasn't sure when I was going to do these, but I'm going to do the first one now. I want to recommend you guys the Runner Stitcher. I will link him down in the description box. His name is Andrew. He lives in New York. He is a runner. He does marathons. This Sunday he has he's running the Chicago Marathon, and he wants everybody to stitch 10 stitches per mile, and it's 26.2 miles. So that would be a total of 262 stitches. You can either just stitch sometime on Sunday, or you can stitch with him. Go watch his recent video and he explains it better. But Andrew stitches on Mirabilias. He stitches on Long Dog. He has a Long Dog he's doing. He just started his first Haid, which I'm so excited for him. He does a pretty good variety. He does talk about his running. So if you enjoy running, it's kind of fun. I'm not a runner. I don't even think I'm going to be if I was chased, but it's kind of interesting watching his journey, and he talks about his marathons, and he's a really great guy. I've been watching him since he first started. We will chat on Instagram. He's just such a very personable person, and he's just wonderful. And I highly recommend Andrew, and he just hit 4,000 subscribers. So if you guys, please go give him some love. He's yeah, he's just all that and a bunch of cookies, right? So yeah, I highly recommend Andrew. So anyway, I have that on my planner to remind me that that's what I need to stitch, because I look at this every day. But yeah, so I mean, I wasn't planning on showing you guys my planner, but you know. But anyway, this is kitchen measurements. Changed most of the threads, and this was for the K in the black vintage sampler was for the B. Sorry, for ABCingo. And then this is for the K. So this is another one that I hope to have done next year. So for my year of whips, and which is another thing that I'm doing. I do whip go, I do year of whips. Yeah, I do a bunch of different, because I am on Facebook pretty much just for stitching these days. Okay, so the next one is a V, and that I did. It's the Valentine's 2024 freebie from Heaven and Earth Design. It's called Venus, and Michelle, is it Sieta? Anyway, the lady that does the charts, the Hades, she charted this one. I think this is an AI one, I think. I could be wrong on that. But it was free, and I try to get all the free charts. Even though I don't think I'm going to stitch them, I still will grab them. But this one I knew I wanted to stitch the teals and the purples, the pinks. I love this. I am not very far on this one at all. Hold on. Okay. So let's see. And a lot of the Hades that I stitch are minis. But I wanted to get, because I had another, okay, so we're going to do like this. So you see I stitched all the way across the top. Okay, hold on a second. I stitched all the way across the top, so that way I could get because this was a gigantic piece of fabric. It's 18 count KCS khaki, and you can get these in 59 by 36. And so sometimes I'll do that, and then I'll stitch down, because I don't like to just cut off, because I'm always afraid I'm going to measure wrong. So I stitch across, and then I'll cut the end off if I need, and then I stitched down. And then this time I worked on, hold on one second, I just worked a little bit up here. I didn't do a lot on this one this time. I think I got 200 stitches in maybe, and then quit, because I wasn't feeling this one, and it's hard when I'm just stitching background. What I need to do is I need to stitch over to some of the flowers and stuff, or maybe start at the bottom and stitch up to the flowers. And then what I'll do, like I said, like with Bird Garden, I'll stitch on the flower so I can see something, and then I'll stitch background, and then I'll kind of fill it in. I did that with Mini Nativity too when I was going down to the Wise Men. And it helped a lot. It kind of got things done faster. Because if I can stitch on, like I'll stitch background, and then I'll go and stitch the fun stuff. And then I'll stitch background, and then I'll go stitch on the fun stuff. It's a lot funner for me to do that. Did I say this was for the V? Let's see. Called for DMC. I started this May 15th of 2024. So, yep, there's that one. Okay, so the next one, this one was for S, and this is Shores of Hawkrun Hollow. I am doing Halloween, which you will see here in just a little bit. Also, I was supposed to finish the Halloween one before I started Shores, but yeah, I didn't get Halloween finished this year. And it's looking like it's not going to get done. So I'm going to just move along for next year. Yeah, so, I'm working on it. That's the important thing, right? So anyway, Shores, I got a good start on this block. This fabric is another dyeing for cross stitch fabric. It is 18 count cornucopia. And let's see, I started this on September 20th of this year. This is Carriage House Samplings. So it was 18. And then mostly using the call for DMC, but I am doing some substitutions. Let me bring this block up here so you can see a little better. So the words are supposed to be black. I think I'm using a metallic floss. I have a metallic red for just this up here. I am stitching, I'm using a variegated for the waves that I'm kind of just faking. I'm where I want the different colors to be. I'm kind of liking it so far. So, but yeah, that's Shores, and I'm really liking it. And I'm, once again, this dyeing for cross stitch fabric is just amazing. It's real soft, and the colors, the modeling, everything is just gorgeous. And we're going to do another shout out. The person who I realized the dyeing for cross stitch was a thing. I'm going to recommend Laura from Stitching by the Shore. She does Hades, Quakers. She has a variety of different things that she does. On her Facebook group, she does an I Spy challenge. This month, October, is her birthday month, and she does her pumpkin birthday sal, which you're supposed to, like, this would qualify because this is a pumpkin-y looking fabric, because it's like the orange is a pumpkin-y looking, or you can stitch on pumpkins, you can stitch on something you're doing with a fabric that's pumpkin looking, thread that's pumpkin looking, anything like that. She also does ATC cards, stitching ATC cards. And she holds a swap every few months, which is great. I haven't participated yet. I keep meaning to, but I don't know. I don't know why I don't. And she mostly stitches on Aida, which is great for me because I'm an Aida only stitcher. I only stitch on Aida. And Andrew does have a couple pieces on Aida, but he goes a lot for he's doing a lot on linen and stuff now. But with Laura, I can really see, like, the fabric choices she picks and stuff. If I like that fabric, then I know I can order it and stitch on it. And then she recommended dyeing for cross stitch. I went and looked because I had some pieces. This one, the Black Vintage Sampler, and then there was one other one that you won't see, but you saw last week, that I bought her fabric for. So I'm definitely going to buy some more of dyeing for cross stitch fabric as I need it. So, but yeah, I will link Laura's the Stitching by the Shore down there if you guys would check her out. She's great. I really love her. She Andrew posts, the Runner Stitcher, he posts every 2 weeks. Laura pretty much stitches every week. And she's been doing extra videos the last couple times. She just had one that she was doing. She was going through the new Christmas magazine. Is it it's one of the cross stitch magazines. I can't remember which one, but it's their Christmas episode. And she goes through and she suggests, how you might change it if you don't want it to be Christmas, because she did it with a Halloween magazine too. But she'll recommend how she thinks you could change it up or what you could do, some things you could take out. It's really interesting, and I highly recommend her. Okay, so that was Shores. That was S. Okay, the next one, I don't have a lot done on this one either. But this is, okay, let me get this together here. Whoops, that's not, I keep skipping it. Come on. There we go. This one is Magic Study this is the rainbow version by Rose Kahn. This is a retired one on Haid. And actually I think Rose Kahn is retired too. I don't think there's any of her work on the Heaven and Earth Design website anymore. But this one, it had a limited run for a different pattern, and then she came back out with this one. And so I chose this one because I love to read, and I love the colors and stuff on this one. Now this is the full, because I haven't cut this one yet. So as you can see, it's the full thing, and this is going to be a bigger one. I think, yeah, it goes this way because I was working on going across, but I don't have all the flosses for this. I kit up, and I didn't bring any of my things in here, or I would show you, but I kit up my Hades with all the floss that they need. I used to do full skeins of floss, but now I know about how much floss it takes, and so I separate it out and put that in the bag with my project. So this one, I don't have a lot of the colors, so I'm just trying to work across so that I can cut it. So yeah, there's not a lot done on this one. I really need to finish, but hold on, I can tell you exactly how many colors. With this one, it's 90 colors. So there is quite a lot on this one. This is the 18 count KCS khaki fabric from Amazon. I started this on August 8th of 2024. And of course called for DMC because it's a Hade. This was for the M in the ABCingo. I probably won't work on this one anymore this year. It's just not one of my focus Hades, but I had it and I wanted to get, I did this. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell about that. Anyway, I'm doing 24 starts in 2024, and maybe I will, at the end of the year, I'll show all 24 starts of how much I got done and what I got started. But that was one of the ones I had and wanted to start. Okay, so the next one is the D for ABCingo, and I did, it's Death by Cross Stitch from Long Dog Sampler. This one I started in December 18th of 2021. Yeah, this one's been going for a while, and I don't have very far. It's because I'm working, it's 14 count, the Hobby Lobby brand, black Ada. And so, yeah, that was a bad decision. Well, okay, it looks great. I love the way it looks. However, oops, you guys are falling, sorry. However, it takes a little while because it's black Ada, and it's just, yeah, so this is this. Like I said, I love the way it looks on here, and why I did the black is because, well, I hadn't started, this was one where I had just started coming back to cross stitch, and I didn't know about the dyed fabrics yet, or I probably would have gotten something, different, but I wanted the unicorn to be black. That was the whole purpose of using black. And I don't mind 14 count, but the colors I'm using is DMC 3844, 3846, a toile. I'm using a toile for the hearts. It's C995. And then I'm using the Hobby Lobby brand Blue Opal for the shiny. For this, like this white here is shiny. And like in the unicorn horn and the back stitching in the bird. So yeah, that's, whoops. Sorry guys. You guys are kind of sitting on me, and yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is Death by Cross Stitch. It probably won't be come out any more this year, but I really need to start working on it because this one I'd love to have framed and up because the colors, I love the way they pop on the black. It just looks so good. And other people, when they have it finished, it's just like, oh, I need to finish mine. But the light has to be right. And it's just, black is not a great thing to work on. But anyway, so that's the D. And then my next one is it's T, and it's Halloween at Huck Run Hollow. Told you. And I did the T for the train. And I actually did work on the train block. So, but yeah, this is Halloween at Huck Run Hollow. And this is a different view. So it's, yeah, this is a different view on this one. And then this is where I've gotten to on this one. And this is the 18 count, the Hobby Lobby brand. Let's put you up. So yeah, as you can see, I've gotten all of these blocks done. And I'm working down here and the witches. But this time I worked on this block. I have a lot of so like the ghosts are in the glow in the dark. I've got some sparkly thread. On this one I put beads for the jewels. I've got a toile for his coat. So in this one, I've done a lot of the sparkly thread for the eyes and stuff. So I have changed. It's mostly the called for, but I have changed. Like I'd used the Karen water lilies. I can't remember which one, but I used one of the Karen water lilies that I had for some of my other projects. I used the gold metallic for part of the bell. I've got beads in the eyes of the crows for the pumpkin. I'm also using the glow in the dark for the skeletons. So, yeah, I'm just kind of switching out a few, and I'm going to do that for the shores too. But yeah, but this time I worked on this block. So let's hope next year that I'll actually be able to, get this one finished. I started this January 16th of 2022. So yeah, it's been long enough. I need to get this one done. It's just these blocks, they don't look like they're that much, but when you start, if you've stitched a Hawk Run, you know that there's a lot of stitching in there. So yeah, and I kind of ran out of steam on this one a little bit, there for a little while. So all right, so then the last call was L, for ABCingo, and for this one, I did the lantern for him, and this is Mini St. Nicholas by Donna Gelsinger. I really loved this one, and so when they brought it out, I always wait for the mini. And I figured the mini was going to look good on him. So I got the mini. This one I started July 1st of this year. This is 18 count, the KCS fabric in light steel gray. Once again, got this on Amazon. Got this on Amazon. And see, this is a perfect example. So I was up here, and you can kind of see that the trees are coming in. This is going to be a tree in the corner, but I was bored with the grays. So I stitched down, and this is actually his pack. It's the tree in the top of his pack. And then this is actually him. So I wanted to stitch on that stuff this time. So yeah, that's what I did. But then, so the next time I stitch, I'll probably stitch, a little bit over here, and then I could stitch over here, and then I could stitch down into his pack, or I could stitch over here. So I have a lot of options the way I do it. And, like I said, I will count, as far over as I'm comfortable, and then I will leave that thread there, and then I'll work my way over and make sure that that's in the right place. Because I have made a mistake and counted wrong. As a matter of fact, I did it in the nativity, the mini nativity one, and it's like, you can't really tell, but I know that it's there. So, but yeah, so that's Mini St. Nick. I'm using the call for DMC. Okay, we're almost done. All right, so I've got two more. So this next one is a new start. This is from Al Forest Embroidery. It's called Pumpkin Color Autumn. There's a few people I know that have started this one. I love Al Forest. I think I have 5 of theirs going now, and I made the mistake of looking on their website, and there's a few more that I want to start. And it's great because this one was free. So I mean, they do offer a lot of amazing free charts. So, and I'm changing the colors in this one. I do have, like, let's see. So that's like a variegated, I changed this to a purple. This is the variegated, DMC variegated, and a variegated orange. This is the variegated green. That is the recommended. This white is the recommended DMC, and I think this is the recommended DMC too. But I wanted to use the DMC variegated. It's kind of blurry, sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to experiment and do some stuff. It's a kind of a small start. I started this one this month on the 1st. So October 1st, 2024. It's on 18 count topaz, medium topaz from KCS, Amazon again. Yeah, and like I said, I'm using mostly the called for, and then some variegated DMC as I want to put in there, and I don't know, I'll change some of the colors. But yep, that's Pumpkin Color Autumn. And then the last thing I have to show for you is another one of my lavender and lace. I think I showed you one last video. But I had plans to show you a bunch, but I was hoping it was only going to be a week, and it's ended up being a couple weeks since my last video. So, but this one is called, oh, where is that card? Hold on a second here, guys. Okay, it's The Spirit of Christmas. I started this one in on July 20th of 2024. I was doing all Christmas for July. And this is where I am on this one. This is 16 count KSC, light blue. This Amazon called for DMC, lavender and lace. I said that already, I think. Okay. But yeah, so that's my start on this. Little bitty start. But it's going to be nice because it's going to be, you know, it's a smaller, as you can see, it's kind of a smaller pattern. That one, it's, you know, because it's just the wreath. Yeah. Okay. So then I want to do my last FlossTube recommendation. I want you guys to go check out Hanna's stitching. I will link her down below. She has under 1,000 stitchers or subscribers, and I really think she needs more because she's so wonderful. She works on Heaven and Earth design. She's got several going. She's working on the Pokemon, but hers, she's doing the Gen 2. She's working on the Deadly Aquarium cell. She's got a good variety of patterns. She also stitches on Ada. I think almost all of her projects are on Ada, except for I think there's a couple that are on a different fabric, but she's mostly an Ada stitcher. And yeah, I think she deserves more subscribers. So if I can get my guys to go over and you know, anybody who watches this, if you guys will go over and check her out, that would be awesome. So all right, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully we won't get hit by any more hurricanes, and the electricity won't go out or anything like that, and we can hopefully have a video next week. But yeah, please remember to always be kind to one another. If you pray, please pray for those people that are going to be in the path of the new hurricane. and for Florida, because if it's going to be as bad as they think it's going to be, it's not going to be fun. But yeah, so please remember to always be kind. I love you guys, and I'll see you next video. Bye.